Tonight on NFL Now.
The NFL board files an appeal about Ezekiel Elliott's case.
And rookie Deshaun Watson might be starting his first NFL game this Sunday.
And the NFL takes to social media on Monday to remember 9/11.
All that and more on NFL Now. Welcome to NFL Now. I'm Frank Altieri.
And I'm Jackie Peterson. The ongoing court battle between the NFL and the NFLPA over Ezekiel Elliott's 6-game suspension took another turn on Monday when the league officially filed an appeal of a preliminary injunction that was awarded to Elliott on Friday. The bad news for Elliott is that the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, where the case has been filed, doesn't have a high reversal rate. The Fifth Circuit would be highly unlikely to overturn Mazant's injunction, according to numbers from attorney Daniel Wallach. The Fifth Circuit only overturned a total of 7.2% of the appeals that they heard in 2016.
Waving the Texas state flag, NFL star J.J. Watt made an emotional return to the field Sunday after raising millions of dollars for the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Watt emerged as a hero in Texas off the field after Harvey caused catastrophic flooding and destruction in the Lone Star State. In the days after the storm made landfall, Watt created a crowdfunding page to raise money for those impacted by the storm. So far, over $31 million has been raised.
Well, with J.J. Watt making waves through the NFL with his fundraiser, he wasn't the only member of the Watt family making standout moves this past week. J.J. Watt's younger brother, rookie linebacker T.J. Watt, began his NFL career in resounding fashion and even found time to add in his offensive roots on a key defensive play to help with the Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the Cleveland Browns 21-18 on Sunday afternoon at First Energy Stadium. Watt finished the day with 6 tackles and 2 sacks. He also added an exclamation point to his day with a leaping second-half interception that stopped a Browns drive at the Steelers' 29-yard line. It was a play reminiscent of Watt's early days as a tight end at Wisconsin before he was switched to being a linebacker.
All offseason, the Houston Texans insisted Tom Savage was the quarterback to lead them in 2017, but after months of anticipation, Savage's control of the offense only lasted 2 drives. Rookie quarterback Deshaun Watson took his place in the last 2 quarters during a blowout loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday, and the Texans appear poised to make the switch permanent. Coach Bill O'Brien declined to name an official starter for Thursday's game versus the Cincinnati Bengals, but the NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reports that at this point, the Texans would prefer to stick with the rookie. New York Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. remains day-to-day with a high ankle sprain, according to head coach Ben McAdoo. Beckham has been missing practice on and off for about 20 days after he took a hard hit in the preseason versus the Detroit Lions. This resulted in his absence from Sunday's 19-3 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. Beckham has not yet been ruled out for Week 2.
Well, Browns players ran out of the tunnel on Sunday prior to their game against the Steelers, accompanied by police, firefighters, and EMTs. They also stood together during the playing of the national anthem, joined by ownership and team executives, and the Browns ran a video with the theme of unity prior to the anthem. More than a dozen Browns players knelt and prayed during the national anthem prior to the team's Monday night game against the New York Giants. A larger group of players locked arms during the anthem and prior to their game a few days later during the final preseason games. Browns legend Jim Brown met with players in the week following the game, during the Giants game. Browns did not discourage them from kneeling, but did encourage them to advance beyond the initial protest. All gave some, and some gave all. Never forget. The men and women who risked their lives to overcome evil. God bless all the first responders. This was posted on Monday morning by NFL player Ryan Kelly. September 11th was one of the hardest days our country has ever faced. On its 16th anniversary, the NFL teams, players, coaches paid their respects on social media. Some of the noted players that the NFL highlighted was Julian Edelman tweeting a picture out of first responders raising a flag over the rubble with this caption: "If we learn nothing else from this tragedy, we learn that life is short and that there is no time for hate. #never forget."
The defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots were beaten handily on Thursday night, but they received some good news over the weekend. It is reported that linebacker Hightower's knee injury isn't as serious as initially thought, and he is not expected to miss a single game. Hightower suffered from a minor MCL sprain in New England's season opener versus the Chiefs. He could be ready to play in this weekend's matchup versus the Saints. That would be a huge lift to that team. He's the heart and soul of that defense.
Oh, absolutely. The Patriots are lucky to have him back on the roster after that injury. Well, coming up, the Jaguars and Titans game is a go in Jacksonville after Hurricane Irma ripped through the area this week.
And Danny Woodhead is sidelined with another injury.
And DJ Foster is now an Arizona Cardinal.
All that and more when we return.